how about Ben Carson? Did you guys see Ben Carson testify before about he's the Housing and Urban Development Secretary now, and he was had to call before testifying before Congress yesterday. And what I really love about that, you saw it, he confused an REO, a real estate owned, with Oreo. He thought that was very funny. And what I love about Ben Carson is he has somehow managed to just fly under the radar, keep his head down, avoid any of the truly ludicrous corruption scandals like, what's his name, Zinke, or the other guy, Scott Pruitt.
Yeah. He did have that thing where his wife bought him like a giant throne.
His wife did
he bought him the table from Game of Thrones with Westeros carved out of mahogany.
A $30,000 table.
My wife's letting me make a shadow baby this year.
But Ben Carson, just, he's the Trump appointee that's been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
That is talked about the least.
And it's amazing because in any other context, he would be just a daily source of hilarity and oafishness. But there's just so much happening that he's just getting forgotten, and it's kind of tragic.
And then he just shows up and doesn't know anything.
All right, I'm in charge of this department, but I have no idea what any of this means. I don't even know where I am right now.
He sounded like he was barred out, being quizzed by someone who's spent 9 years working even before she got in government on the issue of housing and
that's got to make you feel good, right?
Yeah.
If you care about things like that, it's they just put this demented clown in charge of it, and we're all just laughing at how he doesn't know anything.
Okay, well, that hearing is a classic case of the old sports narrative: hard work versus talent. And this time, talent won. Ben Carson won.
Well, he did buy the woman who corrected him that Oreo was in fact not referring to the Oreo cookie.
That's a Speedwagon.
He did buy her a bag of Oreos and tweeted about it. So another fun joke.
He also today said that it was actually Alinskyite tactics. It was classic radical Alinskyite tactics to reveal that he doesn't know a basic function of his job.
And I see the commentary in this, and I love seeing from the Carson defenders and the MAGA people. They always trot out the fact that he's a brain surgeon to be like, you call him an idiot? Can you do neurosurgery? And it's well, no, I can't. But I also don't think that the pyramids were used to store grain,
right?
And that angels talk to us every day.
Yeah, it's all about. Skill sets are not transferable. I think we should all know that by now. Felix is a prime example of that.
Which skill set do I have?
Gaming, I assume.
I'm pretty old for that. Let's just say I'm good at everything that I've ever actually tried at.
Yeah, I think it's transferable. I mean, I could do the housing stuff.
Well, no, I mean, brain surgeons aren't exactly brain surgeons. Really though, this is a little inside baseball for doctors, but non-surgeon doctors talk about surgeons like they're a bunch of jocks. They just want to get in there and get the goop on their hands. They're mechanics, and they're very smart at what they do. But yeah, skills aren't transferable, and you can. Think about it. To be a brain surgeon, you'd have to be a little nuts, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
you're gonna go. Weird. You touch the wrong thing. This person's just dead, or they're Frankenstein or whatever. You can touch the wrong part and can kick you in the head. That's not good.
Yeah.
But you do have to be a little psycho. And he was reputably a pretty good brain surgeon, right?
Yeah.
He was all right. He fucks some brains up, but,
well,
in any career, you're going to have
you're going to have some...
his famous thing was separating the conjoined twins. And I'm just imagining him, putting them on, just a workshop table and then just bringing a miter saw down, But
yeah. So one of the things I like to do is I like to go down rabbit holes of Westerners responding to foreign wars, because you will find the strangest people who are deeply invested in a foreign war as Americans. And what did I find yesterday? But a cardiologist who's very convinced that 9/11 was an inside job. It takes all kinds, there you can be usually if you're incredibly competent at one thing, beyond what any normal person will be at anything in their lives, you'll have some deficiencies everywhere else.
Well, let me
be a little psycho.
Let me ask you this. Let's say you have a brain issue and, you need to get the ghosts out or whatever they're doing. And Ben Carson...
Trepanation.
Yeah, Ben Carson says, I'll do it for you. Would you go with him or would you pick a random other guy?
Well, now
a
he hasn't-
random other guy who's not a doctor.
No. Like another from the pool of brain surgery.
Well,
I would always get a younger one because
Yeah.
Well,
his
I mean, okay,
hands-
fine. Let's say Ben Carson in his prime.
in his prime, Ben Carson,
Okay.
100%.
I would choose another guy.
I mean,
I'm sorry, like I don't want someone who fucking thinks angels talk to him digging around in my
He's gonna
head.
put the Bible in your brain.
Yes.
That's how he can be an adult who goes around being like, I think the angel Hezekiah talked to me, is because he's so good at this one thing. It's the same reason musicians, besides Keith Buckley and Andy and all the other musicians that we know, can do all the bad things that they do. I'm right. You know that I'm right.
Okay, fine. I'd let Ben Carson fuck with my brain. I'd let him get the goop on his head.
Ben Carson-
I'd let him just dig around in there.
Ben Carson gives great brain.
90% of the job is just when you're like talking to the patient before the surgery, and you're just saying encouraging things like, I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna root it out. We're gonna win this together, Slugger.
Well, if I was a brain, I wouldn't do any of that like together shit. It's like you're the reason we're both here.
No,
You
got-
and your shitty brain fucked up.
No,
pal.
you got it. It's like when the basketball players touch hands after free throws, it increases the percentage.
Does it really?
Yeah, that's why they do it.
There still is magic in this world.